Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning to my channel. My name is Valerie. I am a life coach and motivational speaker. This channel is designed for you guys to send me the question and I give you guys an answer. So I got a lot of questions about what do you do when you're broke? And that's the most asked question, and I like this question. Not that I like it, but I can relate to this question because I myself went bankruptcy twice, and I know how hard it can be when you're going to a financial crisis. I have a 5 tip for you guys today that I hope it help you while you're going through this. And like I said before, this is a very hard subject to talk about for me because I went through bankruptcy, and I know it's very difficult to talk about this with other people, especially if you don't have a support. So I hope my 5 tips help you guys to get through this tough timing right now. Number 1, I learned it in a hard way. Don't lie to yourself. If you broke, if you lost your job or you're not making money, or if you do have a job and not making enough money to pay your bills, the first thing that you have to admit is to yourself and say to yourself that I am broke and I don't have enough money to pay my bills. Now, what that does is it gives you clarity to understand within yourself. Because, sometimes when we say things and we say like, oh, when I heard it out loud, I said it, it feels great. The same thing with the money. Once you say it to yourself that I am broke and you're not in that denial stage that you're pretending that you're still making the same amount of money or have a money to spend, then it'll make your head so much clearer to think about next step. What is the next step for you to take? So you're not pretending to go with your friends and still spending money and putting it on your credit card and getting yourself more deeper to the financial crisis. So that leads me to number 2. Number 2 is that talk about it. A lot of people, when they go broke, they don't like to talk about it because it's embarrassing. Face it, it's embarrassing to talk and tell people that you're not making money, you lost your job, or you don't have as much money to spend as you used to. Because people around you are used to you spending money, going out, having fun, buying stuff, and all of a sudden you don't have that luxury. So how do you go tell people? And a lot of people, because of fear of that, they don't talk about it with anybody. So if you have a partner, a supportive partner, it's always a good idea to talk to your partner, to your family, people that loves you and around you, and just tell them that you're not making enough money or you don't have money at all and you don't have no money to spend. So what that does is that kind of organizes your life, that those people doesn't expect you every time to go out and spend money or buy something or give them Christmas gift that used to be like $100 and now it's like I can't afford to do that. So when you give them that concept of that I don't have enough money or I'm not making money or if I'm broke, they will support you. You'll be amazed how much they support you. The other thing, that if you tell your friends that you're not making as much money as you used to or you're broke, sometimes the opportunities are there. Some people have a job offer that they can give you. Yeah, it's maybe out of your field of what you're doing, but it's something. You're bringing a little income. And somebody says, listen, I have this part-time job. If you want to do this temporarily for now till you get a job. So that would be something that you can take and at least pay some of your bills versus not having a job at all. And family, sometimes family can help. Sometimes family can be like, listen, I have this little money on the side. Since you're paying your credit card, you have credit card debt and you have to pay your credit card. Because remember, when we have a credit card debt, the bank charge you a lot of interest. So if you don't have a job and if you don't pay them, they still charge you interest and you're behind, and then you go further and further to debt of financial. So if you have a friend and family that can give you some money for now and you can pay the credit card or you can pay your car payment so your credit doesn't have to go down, and then when you get a job, you can pay them back. So that would be a little help that they can do. If they can do it, good. If not, at least you talk about it and told them. So that's very important to say, and people around you that loves you, you can talk to them about it and tell them that you're broke. Don't be ashamed. It's just a temporary, it will go away. We all go through financial stuff. Money's not everything. It's good to make life easy, but just remember the people around you loves you and they will support you. So don't be scared not to tell them. Number 3, which leads me to number 3, is taking immediate action. See, when I went bankruptcy, I was so depressed. I was so depressed that I didn't want to talk about it with anybody. So I would just kept it to myself, and I was denied with myself. I didn't want to say to myself that I am broke, because I think it was hard for me to hear it for myself. And then the direction was completely like, I don't know what direction to go to. So it's kind of hard for me to admit or talk to people about it. So once I talked to people about it, and once I realized that I was going broke, I'm going bankruptcy. Banks are calling me, my car payment is not paid, my house is going foreclosure. So it's kind of like you getting very depressed, and it's hard, but you have to build yourself. You have to shake yourself and say, listen, this has happened to me. Forget about how it happened. The past is past. What do I have to do from here to make it better? And for that, you got to take immediate action. By that, you have to sit down, literally step by step, write down how much is your bills that you must pay, that you cannot skip. So these are the bills that you have and you must pay, and you're making this much money or you're not making money at all. You have to stop all these expensive things that you used to spend money on. For example, a lot of us, if you have a gym membership is like $40, depending on what gym you go to, a month. Sometimes we sign and then we go to the gym every day. If you're broke and you can't go to the gym because first of all you're depressed and you don't have energy to go to the gym, or you think that the last thing I want to do is to go work out, which is a good thing if you do, but if you don't, froze your gym account. Don't cancel it, because some gym would cost, if you renew your gym membership, just freeze it. That's what I did. I froze my account. It was $40 a month or something like that, but I did it. That was a $40 that I could put toward my bills. Netflix. People pay for Netflix, and when you're depressed, the first thing people do is get something to eat. They lay down on the couch and all you do is flipping through the channel and watching TV because you're in denial and you don't want to face it that you're broke. Face it, everybody does that. I know I did it. I was sitting down watching TV all day long. Don't do that. Turn off your TV, cancel your Netflix, and say, okay, I'm just gonna cancel it. That's $20 that can go toward my bills. If you're getting your nails done or your hair done, I know ladies, we all want to look good and feel good about ourselves, but think about it. How much a nail costs? You do it every 2 weeks. It costs about $30, or your hair costs about like $50. Because I know the cheapest hair, if you go get your hair done, is about between $30 to $50. I know some of them is even more, but let's just say if that's the case. Cut that down, and that's another $30 or $40 that you can put toward the bills and pay the bills. If you have a desire of, if you're a person that you always go shopping and buy stuff, and I know sometimes when we do that, we'll kind of get to the routine of that. Once in a month, we go buy ourselves something nice, or if you see a pair of shoes or a pair of jacket, oh, this is good. Try to not to do that. Try to keep telling yourself that, listen, for this month, I don't have money to spend on shoes or spend on a shirt or something that isn't really, if you don't have it, you can live without it, and do that. And also remind yourself, this is a temporary timing. So if you can cramp all your stuff and pay the bills that are necessary to be paid, then at least you wouldn't be as pressured to, oh my God, I have to go look for a job, or I have to get that. And if you have any saving, this is the time to take your saving out and pay the bills that have a high interest, pays those one first, and then the rest of the stuff. And the other thing that a lot of people don't do, and it's hard to do it, you have to call your bank. If you have a mortgage, you need to call your bank and consolidate your bills. And you got to tell them that you don't have a job, or if you're not making or as much as money that you used to make. Your mortgage, the bank actually will help you. I did not know that. When I went bankruptcy, I would just file for bankruptcy. But then the bank could have done something for me not to lose my house. I know the process is long and you don't have money to get a lawyer to do that for you, because I didn't, and I did it myself, and it was a bunch of paperwork for me to do, but it was worth it. So what you need to do is call your bank and explain to them exactly what's happening and say, I cannot pay my mortgage. I have money for this month, but the next month I'm not gonna have. And you'd be amazed how much there's a lot of helpful people out there that can give you free advice and tell you where to start and where to finish. The same thing with your car payment. If your car is a lease, you got to call the car company and tell them that, listen, this is what's happening and I have to pay next month's bill. I have it, but for the following one, I don't. What do I have to do? What are they going to do? The worst thing that they can do is reject and say, listen, we don't care if you're broke, you got to pay, otherwise we're going to take your car. But at least you tried. At least you feel productive. At least you feel like, okay, I'm doing something. I'm trying anything that's possible for me to do in order to get myself out of the situation. And that will make you feel so much better while you're looking for a job in the process. So once you do that, other thing is that to kind of retool yourself. It's kind of like remembering that, why did I get here? Why am I so broke? What happened? And then from here, where am I going? So if I had a job that I was making certain amount of money and I got broke and I lost my house and I'm going through bankruptcy, or I'm losing my car, or I don't have money, then what do I have to do in order to get a better job so next time I don't have to go through this again? And the reason that's important is because when we're going through financial situation, the last thing you want to do is to learn something new or improve on the skill that you already have. Because you're going through this bill, you're trying to do all these other stuff, that's not your first priority. But make it your first priority. You know why? Because if you go apply for a job and you get the skill that you have and they give you a job and you're making enough money to pay a bill, that's all good and everything, but you don't want to be in the situation again. So in order to not be in the situation again and make more money, you have to make yourself more valuable. Meaning that get a self-help books, read it. Go online and do research to better the skill that you have or learn a new skill. If you can afford to, go back to school and learn something to improve the skill that you have, or learn another school if you want to change a career. Go to the library, go to the bookstore, take like about 30 minutes a day, every single day, and learn about the new skills or the skill that you have that you want to improve. So don't wait till you get a job, and then once I get a job, then I'm going to learn. No. Do it now that you have a time that you don't have a job. Not only you have to look for a job, but try to take a next step to take your life to the next level and learn something new or improve on the skill that you have. So when you get a job, either you make the same money or they're going to pay you more because now you have more skill. Try that, and that definitely worked for me, and it will work for you guys. Number 5, and finally, let's just say you got out of the situation. Thank God, and you went through all of this problem, and now you have a little job and you're able to pay your bills, but you're not making a lot of money and you're trying to make your life better, saying that I do never want to go through this again. For that, this is very, very important. I tell that to my kids, I tell that to my client, I do it myself. Every time you get paid, before you pay your bills, you need to pay yourself. That means you have to take from 10 to 20% of your paycheck and save it. Either has to be 10% or 20%. Save that first before you pay your bills. Save that first before you start your Netflix again. Save that first before you go to the gym again. Save that first before you buy that new shoes that you love to buy. Save that first before you get your nails done. Make it a first priority. Save from every check. Save 10 to 20% of that first. You'll be amazed a year from now how much money you're going to have saved. Because technically you're supposed to have a year worth of money saved for your bills. So however much you're spending a year on a bills, that's how much you're supposed to save. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people have maybe a little bit saved, but not a lot. So that's like a mandatory. You have to have 12 months of bill paid in your saving account. So let's just say if you have that year saved, and then you're going to make more. What you need to do with that after a year or two, you got to invest that. You got to invest that on something so your money can make money. And that's how people become rich. Believe it or not. I learned that in a hard way because I read a lot of books, I did a lot of research, but that's how people make money. I am going to make another video because I'm going to tell you guys what program you should use to invest your money so you'll be safe. So when the economy goes down or the stock market goes down, you don't have to lose your money. I'm going to make another video for that. But for now, try to save, because you do not want to go through the same situation that you already have been. Because I know being broke is the most painful thing that you can go through. People around you don't understand. They look at you like you're nobody, and you feel very discouraged with your own self because you feel like, I'm not worthy. What happened to me? And always remember, this thing happens to everybody, from the richest of the rich to the poorest of the poor. Everybody goes sometime in their life through a financial crisis. You're not alone. So I hope this 5-tip helped you guys. Let me know what you think of it, and I will make another video about the investing money. Look out for that. Don't forget to subscribe, and I see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.